No, I have to get up really early tomorrow, and I will. I just do the boys. Is Phil still doing it, or I know his. So Phil Ryan's daughter, Bryn, graduated last year. She's playing, I think at Skidmore, and he's been doing it for a long time. But his son Luke, who just graduated, is now.
I feel like I've heard you talk about Skidmore a lot. People going to Skidmore.
Maybe.
Yeah, Keegan's going there.
Oh yeah, Keegan's going to Skidmore.
Okay,
Yeah.
that explains where I've heard it.
Yes. Yes. So does this decide the league, or
It's done.
It's Arlington's sealed
Yeah.
it?
So
Is this the last home game?
yeah,
This is Arlington's last regular season game.
Yeah, I know that, but we don't have home seat. I know that was.
we would have home seat if it ended today, but we'll go over all this. But like it might change. We're 15th right now, so if it stayed the same, which it won't. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to Warren A. Peirce Field for today's matchup between the Arlington Spy Ponders and the Lexington Minutemen. Today's Monday, October 27th. It's 4:30 p.m. I'm joined in the booth by Josh Katzman, as always. Josh, good to see you.
Alex, great to see you on this beautiful fall day here at Peirce Field. The foliage is our backdrop tonight. Hopefully pick that up on the camera. But an exciting day, the last regular season game for the Arlington boys varsity soccer. And Alex, hot topic before before this game starts. Was watching your coverage of the Winchester game. Excited to see ACMi live streaming the Winchester game Saturday. I bet you have some thoughts on that game, Alex.
Yes, absolutely. It was Winchester thoroughly deserved the victory, although the fans of the vanquished team might criticize their style of play as perhaps being a little cynical. They played a very low block, very defensive style of play. And they did hit Arlington with a sucker punch very early in the second half. And essentially, I think once you get up 1-0 with that style, you're in real good shape to just to hunker down and to really frustrate the other team. So it was a good game, and sorry, Josh, to interrupt, but
yep.
We did beat Winchester 2-0 on this field, on the strength of 2 iffy goals. So turnabout's fair play. Altogether, Winchester was a worthy opponent, and here we go with the Arlington starting lineup.
All right, so it looks like the classic lineup here. We've got number 2, Rohan McAuliffe in the back. We've got Quincy Cotter, who we'll see in the mid. Nolan Koopman also in the back. Saw Papa Koopman on the far sideline talking to the ball boys over there. Nathan Dobro is going to be in the mid, along with Fernando Barrientos. Keegan Maxwell we will see up top. Sam Neal out on the wing with Leon Pinard on the other side. And the sophomore Lucas Koopman is going to be in the back as well, along with Alex Burke. Shea Paletti-Newton in goal. Had a chance to talk to Shea before the game, Alex. And Shea was saying after Saturday's loss, he said they're looking, the boys are definitely looking to come back with a vengeance.
One quick note, Josh, you might notice Shea Paletti-Newton's number is 88. They're wearing the pink jerseys. These are alternate jerseys. These are not the Kicks for Cancer jerseys, I found out. They're just alternate jerseys. They don't have any special names in the back of them. But we're going to have some, if you've been following the team, you might notice some players wearing different numbers. Taj Schaber will be 21. Alex Marsden will be 27, I believe. And Neil Patel will be 23. And for Lexington.
An excellent view. So shout out already on the field. We've got a special guest coming up from Emerson, Oliver, who's a freshman at Emerson, a first year at Emerson. Oliver coming to Emerson all the way from L.A. And so using his skills, building his skills. Oliver, great to have you out on the field, and we're looking forward to seeing some great shots from you tonight.
We got quite the production, Josh. We got the Road Warrior Tom Newton on camera as always, honing and continuing to master his craft. Of course, producer Raj running the show along with producer Jeff. Constantina's here. We're going to be bugging her the entire time, much to her dismay. And a slew of other folks, too, which we will call out as the production continues.
And it looks like the ref's about to get the game going here. We are the final regular season game. Arlington-Lexington could not ask for a more exciting regular season closeout. Nice to see some alumni parents showing up as well. They know what a match Arlington versus Lexington is. And right off the bat, going to see some fast, aggressive play. Quincy Carter bringing it up, gets it out wide to Sam Neal. And you can see the speed. And right here, Keegan Maxwell gets a break, takes a strike, and great pressure from Arlington.
And I can tell you already, Josh, within the first 20 seconds, that's almost more space than they had during the entire Winchester game combined. So you said couldn't get any better. It really couldn't, except for one thing, which is actually a good thing for Arlington, and that is that the Middlesex League is already clinched, regardless of the outcome of this game. So when we're looking at the mindset of the players and the coaches and the fans going into this game, it's not about Middlesex League, because Arlington is the champion of that league. This is about pride, local pride, and also, and maybe even more importantly, incremental improvements in the power rankings as we approach the postseason.
And Alex, we will, I'm sure, talk a fair amount about the power rankings tonight. As of Friday, great take by Lucas Koopman right there as he's working his way up the middle, stolen from him, but right to the foot of Dobro. And good pressure from Lexington. Again, high-speed game right here, right off the bat. Probably going to see this intensity continue. First goal kick for Arlington. But the power rankings, as of Friday, Arlington sat at 15 before their loss to Winchester, which would give them an automatic home bid. Lexington was 25, I believe, in those power rankings. So they would likely also, we counted 10 teams who have the potential to finish the season with an above 500. So if that holds, Lexington would be right on the cusp of getting a home match as well for a play-in.
Indeed, and as we've talked about, without...
And here's Keegan Maxwell with a break, takes a shot, and it's just to the right of the net.
Keegan had a number of chances against Winchester. He continues to pile up chance after chance after chance, which is great. That's a great skill to have. If this team is to go far in the playoffs, they'll need the hit-miss ratio on those chances to creep upwards.
And right there, you could see the just the physicality right there from Keegan working his way between two players. I think, that's for me, that's always been a hallmark of this Arlington-Lexington matchup, is the physicality and speed with which these both teams play.
And this, I believe, Josh, in my analysis,
great ball right here.
Lexington plays
Fernando
more of
with
a
a good
style that the same style as Arlington, a possession, a build from the back type of style, versus what Winchester played, the low block, quote unquote park the bus style. And I believe that if Lexington is going to play in this style, that it gives Arlington a distinct advantage.
And looks like Rohan earns Arlington a throw after a little battle in the back. And Alex, an interesting thing, all of the games are available for Arlington on ACMi here, as we've noted sort of off camera. And Sam Neal takes a long strike that goes left of the net, which, it does give other teams, if they're looking to scout Arlington, gives them an advantage. I think Winchester might have taken a look, and I'm sure Lexington has been taking a look. However, I will say, in the end, I bet that helps Arlington once playoffs come around. And, they've been playing teams that have sort of been marking their style, forces Arlington to get creative on the ball and just make something happen regardless of the look. So yeah. Arlington been getting a lot of different looks this season.
And there's also, and I'm sure all these teams have their own recording technologies outside of ACMi. For example, we have Arlington has a VO system as well. However, the abundance of these games allows everybody, the parents and everybody, to witness the games, and these kids can self-scout as well. And I'm already, I hate to keep bringing it up, but it's just kind of shocking now that I look at this field, the way that Lexington has two guys high, where Winchester had one guy maybe parked at the 40 and the rest were at the 30 and lower. So they were already, a formation which is favorable to Lexington it's favorable to Lexington if it produces offense. If not, then they're leaving themselves open to what Arlington's actually good at, which makes me wonder, did the Lexington coaches watch the Winchester game? Because if they did, then they might be inclined
Leon Pinard
to
with some
play
great hustle, but shielded, and there's a goal kick.
a similar style of play. Josh, you might be wondering, what does AI think about this game?
I was wondering. I actually, Alex, as I was sitting in my classroom all day, in the rare moment I had to think my own thoughts, I was actually very curious what AI was going to be telling us tonight, and my own predictions as well. Planning for this moment. So, Alex, what does AI tell us?
Well, Josh, we have some external noise, and let's see if the audio folks can figure that out. They do. AI actually, it shares my opinion on the game, actually, which I did come at independently, and that is that Arlington is slight favorites to win a close game, 1-0 or 2-1. I think it's going to be 1-0 Arlington, based upon all of the research I did today.
My take all day. I've been going back and forth all day, and I will give a little shout out right in front of us, Alex, off to our right, the next generation of Arlington soccer. I see cheering on the boys here. We'll see these guys maybe in about 8 years or so out on this field playing against Lexington.
Unless AI plays for
unless AI plays for him. My prediction throughout the day, the one I kept coming back to, was a 2-1 Arlington victory. Felt a little, I'm not as confident as I have been in others, but 2-1 Arlington victory is what I kept coming back to.
Seems like that's the popular score line. So we're going with a 2-1 Arlington. And AI claims that Arlington will get an early goal, withstand some Lexington pressure, and then have a late goal finishing, which actually has been their MO. That's been their pattern throughout this year. So a nice early goal, as always.
And there's a great ball from Burke over to Sam Neal. Sam Neal shield and protects the ball, and he keeps working. Let's see. That's going to be a goal kick right here. And Alex, I think it was, for me, I kept coming back to a 1-0 or 2-1. And so I do agree with sort of the overall prediction today that it is going to be a tight game. I don't think it's going to be one where either team kind of can wrestle out. Great ball from Fernando, crosses in, and Arlington has its first corner. So set piece might come up huge tonight.
I have as my keys to the game, Josh. Well, I have to admit, it's always a key to every game is set pieces. During Winchester, if you were paying attention, their goalie was he was the master of the set pieces. He came out when he needed to come out. He stayed in when he needed to stay in. He had full command of the box. Let's see if
both Koopmans
Lexington
in deep,
keeper,
and they have looks like they have a couple inches on everybody. Whoo! The take by Quincy almost into the upper corner right there. At least from our perspective. We'll say Quincy missed that for dramatic effect by inches.
Are we going to pretend like he was going for it?
We'll pretend like he was going for it.
He was close. The problem with that play is if you don't put it on frame, then you're not giving the rest of your team the opportunity to capitalize on the chaos that is inherent in those set pieces.
And right here, Lexington getting the ball down. So right here, this is building up Lexington with a quick counter, gets the ball deep into the Arlington end. Arlington sending most of the guys back. Looks like only leaving Keegan up top. Ball is in, deep. Lucas Koopman. And there's a dangerous cross, which Shea handles with no worries. Shea quickly deals out to Cotter. Good control from Cotter, gets it out wide. Dishes back to Rohan. Rohan to middle to Fernando, who gets around one guy. Magneto holds on, but can't hold it again.
Trying to do a little too much there. Gets away with it, though, in the end.
And
we're still not resolved.
Somehow,
Lexington comes up with the ball after all of
that. Fernando almost kept hold of that ball after what felt like a minute.
So I'd like to see them try to initiate some more plays out wide. I was overhearing before the game Coach Yadzio talking about the Winchester game, and they practice how to play against low block, and Winchester plays a low block, and he was saying they have a very narrow field, which means, if you're not cognizant of those kind of factors, Through ball, in for Keegan.
In for Keegan. Keegan over the good play by the keeper to get low.
If you're not aware of like the individual characteristics of your own home field, if you are aware of them, you should take advantage of them. They have a narrow home field, and I guess that helps with the low block. It helps just clomb up the middle. Slide tackle by Scrap Iron.
And speaking of knowing your own home field, Alex, the meteorologic advantage, disadvantage seems to be mute or null today. And Lexington with a quick strike, and they take a 1-0 lead with a ball that just right off the left foot from number 3. Ryan Hutchinson, and looks like we got a little replay of that excellent strike. That looks like it might have caught Shea a little off guard. Can't believe it goes in. See how Arlington responds 10 minutes into this first half. See how they respond in the final home game of the season.
Let's see. I mean, I would have to say that's a bit against the run of play. But, that's the thing, Josh. Arlington had a chance, didn't finish it. Lexington had a chance, finished it. So as we get into the ball hit the corner flag.
Interesting, fascinating play right there.
As these games begin. Now, this game, again, in the grand scheme of things, it does not matter all that much. But they can't be giving up goals that easily going forward, or else they'll have a quick exit from the tournament.
Well, and Alex, I think if you were to ask many of these young men on both teams, we were talking to Constantina, who joins us for these games all the way from Stoneham. All the way from Stoneham. Constantina was talking about the shared sort of desire for Stoneham and Arlington both to beat Lexington. It's as far as high school sports go. She says Stoneham doesn't beat Lexington.
In the true spirit of Schadenfreude.
They like to see Lexington get challenged by other teams, we'll say. But I know for myself as a coach in Arlington, it's a point of pride to be able to take down your rivals who are next door to you, and especially a rival who, similar to the Yankees, I hate to admit it, is always very, very good. So it's a point of pride to win these matches right here, Arlington versus Lexington.
And just to lower everybody's blood pressure just a bit, if you would say at the beginning of the year, I always point to Lexington, Belmont, and Winchester. Okay, if this game stays the way it is, well, Arlington would have gone 4-2 in those 6 games. That's actually something that you would accept. You would take it in the beginning of the year. Now, I'm not suggesting that this is an okay result, as Lexington threatening again.
And Sam Neal clears off a little fancy heel flick. So Arlington looking a little out of sorts. Lexington sort of creating some opportunities for themselves. See how they respond. Resetting. And again, some good pressure from Lexington. They've got a nice shape right up front as well right now. Quincy bringing it wide.
So maybe a bit of a hangover from the previous game where Arlington not used to defending as much, being forced to defend a little bit more and finding it not as much to their liking.
And again, I think like you said, though, Alex, the goal was sort of against the flow of play there. Arlington sort of seeming to have more possession until the last 4 minutes of this game. And so it will be interesting to see Arlington playing again, second game in a row down. They are not used to this position. I was appreciating you're talking about team psychology against in the Winchester coverage and sort of how the team responds. Lots of soccer to play, lots of time tonight. So we'll be very curious to see how this shakes out. Shea stepping up, but a little miscue on the ball there. Lucas Koopman sends it up the field towards the bench. Looks like
his own bench in danger.
Manager Will Grable manages a fancy little play there.
A lot of mustard on that hot dog.
And I believe also, he was up in the crow's nest. Now here on the screens, making the plays, cutting to the cameras, Nate from Arlington High. Great to see Nate. I saw him up on the crow's nest getting the wide angle camera set up earlier tonight. So again, the whole team from ACMi doing a great job as per usual. We got the close-up shot right down there from Oliver on the field. You can hear the intensity, so you can almost feel the energy coming through the TV screen with shots like that.
And actually the main event tonight is the women's event, which is senior night for the Arlington girls. So congratulations to them. I don't know exactly, but I think they've had a moderately successful season as well, and are looking forward to some tournament play.
Good possession by Dobro here, creating a little space for himself. Good turn again, battling, and couldn't quite connect with Cotter. So now Lexington on the counter.
Nice physical gang-up style defense by Lexington there.
Alex Burke sends it out wide. Young Arlington Soccer Club ball boys on the far touch. They're doing a good job getting that ball in. Also a little bit of I know we will see him if we've got a playoff game here at Arlington, but potentially, Alex, this is a big night for Arlington Soccer. David, from running the sidelines for years, this potentially could be his last night running the balls on the near touch for us.
Well, Josh, I'll believe that when I see that. I think you're gonna have to pry that ball from his hand.
Yeah. One more. So the producer Raj is telling us there's one more game after this for the girls on Wednesday. So Wednesday, David's final game.
Okay, there we go.
So we can. So potentially, I am fairly confident the boys will have a home playoff match. But potentially this is David's final boys game. But Wednesday, he'll be on the sideline for the final girls game, which is good to hear.
And again, not to get too far into the weeds, but by virtue of the fact that the power rankings are basically made up of two factors, one being strength of schedule, one being goal differential, Arlington, by playing Winchester and finishing with Lexington, are finishing with a very strong
great
strength
touch
of schedule
from
rating.
Fernando, cross from Sam Neal, and right
Leon's
there, great
there,
chance.
Missed it.
Great chance for Arlington. Good setup from Arlington. Very strong setup from Arlington. The last this last possession.
See, it's a matter of finishing your chances. They've had their two, and they've so far 0 for 2, and Lexington's had their 1, and they're 1 for 1. I've been saying it all year. That might be this team's Achilles heel. I mean, they never lack for chances. It's the finishing of the chances. And Lexington's come in with 3 subs. Josh, something to watch. I don't know how this affects team psychology or team building or anything of that nature as we watch an Arlington attack. But basically, I mean, essentially, this team has remained static all year, and they've been blessed not having any injuries, no illness, nothing of that nature. It's been the same starting 11 for every game except for senior night, and the bench has gotten shorter and shorter throughout the year. So again, from a team psychology perspective, what does that mean? I would think that maybe they would benefit from a more heavy rotation. However, you know, at this point, it's hard to second guess. It's been such a successful year, but maybe these guys are mentally tired. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It's an interesting thing. I think time of year for seniors as well. So as we know, it's a very senior heavy team. And Dobro takes a strike and nearly equalizes.
I think the goalie got a piece of that.
The
ref was pointing in a funny direction, but the players don't seem to think so. But two great opportunities there in back-to-back. So Arlington
keeping the pressure on,
showing resistance to this Lexington team at the moment.
And, Alex, I think one thing to note is, a senior heavy team, 17 seniors, as we've noted on Arlington. This goes for all the teams as well, as Constantina can attest. This is becoming sort of the crunch time for college applications. The first rounds of college applications are due, and Lexington with a great opportunity again, and this one is going to be
the refs indicating that it went out. Yeah.
Goal kick. So I think there could be some potential there's a lot of applications due this week, and so especially for early decision or early action. So for some of the seniors, it might be weighing on them a lot of extra mental load right there. I think, and it's the end of the season where, these teams have been doing captain's practices all summer. So you're looking at months that you've been playing soccer at this point. So I think there is some residual fatigue and stuff. But, I think what I've seen from this team, they've been playing so solid, this sort of core group. I think it could just be Winchester's a talented team. They have a strong history,
also,
and
yeah.
Lexington as well. So they're playing good teams. I don't think the Middlesex League has been getting the love that it might deserve or typically gets in the power rankings.
Well, yeah, absolutely, because of, unfortunately for Constantina, but for teams like Stoneham that have a record that is that. Okay, so Constantina, I want to ask you a question in a second, but to finish my thought, if you take the record of the bottom three teams of the Middlesex League, it really skews the calculation for strength of schedule in the Middlesex League. Constantina, what's the update? Tell us.
From last season.
Applications you promised.
Oh yeah, Constantina.
How's that going?
Oh, I'm talking now?
You
Yes,
are,
you are
Constantina.
talking.
You are. What? How is the application as our representative senior?
We want to get inside the mind of the senior.
What's the main thing you're thinking about at this point in senior year? So term one nearly over, correct? I believe.
Yeah, the end of the quarter is this Friday. in
That's right.
Stoneham.
Yep. So and that's fairly universal. Good entry from Dobro and Quincy Carter. He got it on his foot, sort of, maybe. Gets it around, and Keegan takes a rip at somebody. Not sure who blocked that. But so Constantina, quarter one's ending. What are these seniors out on the field thinking right now?
I don't know any of them, but if any of them are applying early decision or early action, they're probably in crunch time with their essays. And I think it's this week I hear people talking about it a lot just because there's deadlines. So even if they don't have a deadline, they're definitely stressed. They're definitely worried. It's just something, at least at my school, that everybody has been talking about this week.
All right. Thank you, Constantina. And here's Quincy Carter making a push into the middle between two Minutemen. Fernando playing it back to Dobro, who gets it out wide to Rohan. Thank you, Constantina, for the senior insight.
Josh, an observation. At the end of the prior Lexington game, this ball right here, the high, it's kind of it's not the most elegant of tactics, but at the end of the first contest between these teams, the high ball to the back line of Lexington caused them all kinds of problems, and Arlington had chance after chance after chance, eventually capitalizing on one of them. But it might be time to try something like that. Like just put the back line under distress from the air, because that chance from Quincy, that they don't seem to be able to handle it as elegantly as some other teams. Just something to watch.
And so an interesting substitution here, Alex. Looks like Alex Burke has stepped out. Looks like maybe one of the coaches wanted to talk to him a little bit more, sort of update the back. Doesn't look like there was an injury or anything, but rare to see. We saw two Arlington subs come in here. Rare to see one of the backs come out. So I'm wondering if it's something that that coach wanted to talk to Alex about to try to generate a little bit more offense. Maybe something like you were just noting right there. But Lucas Koopman making a run through, stops, dishes wide to Keegan. Keegan with a great ball in.
Over to ONG with the
ONG with a high cross that goes behind the net.
I think maybe if Raj were on the mic, he could comment. But I think that maybe what is happening over there, it's not an injury. It's just a reminder of some formational situations that could be problematic. If you do an analysis, as producer Raj has done, of the goals conceded this year, some of them are of the unfortunate variety and some of them are of the structural variety. Perhaps that was a structural goal, and maybe it's just a reinforcement of positioning or something, not having anything to do with the quality of play.
Yep. Yeah, because it looks like Alex is talking to one of the coaches over there, and looks like a timeout. Timeout taken. I wonder. I'm going to guess by Arlington.
And one of the nice things about having the assistant coach on the staff this year is that, I mean, do you remember what you were told when you were an ASC coach? The best coaching takes place with your back to the field.
Yep.
So maybe with an assistant coach, what can happen is, and if you watch, when the players for Arlington, they come off the field, they're greeted by a coach who has words. So it's always words of encouragement. It's always words of reinforcement. So that might be just a reinforcement of some of the matters here. Here we are, Josh. It's we're halfway, a little more than halfway through the first half. We got a 1-0 Lexington game here. It's been a pretty evenly matched game. Arlington's had a couple of golden opportunities that didn't fall. Lexington did take advantage of one of their many opportunities.
And that was on the replay here. That was Lexington's first sort of good opportunity that Shea handled easily. Similar play actually on the Lexington goal, Alex, was a very similar play to that down that left side, down the far touch for us. Lexington just sort of pushed their way in, took a shot when they had it, and it was a shot that was right on target.
Yes, indeed. And let's just see here. We have so Alex Marsden came in for Alex Burke, and it was a like-for-like swap. Marsden playing centrally on the right side next to fellow sophomore Lucas Koopman, the sign of the future there, anchoring the defense next to Nolan Koopman. The defense has been outstanding this year, and, they've just conceded in 2 games in a row, which is something that we haven't seen. This is just fascinating. Let's see how they react. I mean, they were down for half of the game before, and now down again, and they don't have the luxury of playing with a lead like they have. I'd like to see them.
Keegan keeping the pressure on. He might be able to keep this ball in, and he does. Excellent hustle all the way to the far touch. Keegan, pure hustle, drops it into Sam Neal, and Arlington's got a corner kick coming up.
Win one for the team, Keegan. He tracks it down, wins a corner. Here come the trees, including Alex Marsden, goal scorer. He popped in off of a corner kick. He popped one in against Belmont. So they've got some hungry dogs in there, and they're going to throw a bone in the mix, and let's see which dog wants it the most.
We will see. So Arlington dropping most of the guys in. Dobro and Fernando staying. Fernando looking like he's going far back, but staying back in a defensive role. Quincy drops it in, similar to where he was last time, and off the head. Great save by the Lexington keep. Ball's bouncing around. Excellent save. I saw the Lexington keep down there get his hand on it. Well played by the keeper. Keeps this a 1-0 game for Lexington.
It's all you can ask for, Josh. I mean, they got some shots on the goal. Lexington, give them credit. They jammed up they jammed it up real nice, and there was some wood on the shot, but it hit a Lexington player and bounced out. So altogether, what you would expect and what you would hope for out of a corner kick. So more of that, and we'll be in really fine shape.
And so if this score holds, Alex, I think go back to that corner, and the Charlie Rose, the Lexington keep getting it looked like his right hand as he dove off to his right, getting his right hand on that ball. That'll be the difference maker right here. O&G fighting in the deep along the end there, and Lucas Koopman with the move keeps the ball on the ground. Lexington clears.
Gets rid of it. And that behooves Arlington to just turn that ball right around. And here we see Lexington organized in a 4-4-2. Their mid-four are lined up like a wall on the 30-yard line.
Good move by Rohan to move into the middle, gets it to Cotter. Cotter drops to Dobro. Dobro was a nice little touch there.
Yeah, he's got fancy footwork. It's fun to watch him play. But see, this is where I'd like to see. This is good. This is fine by me. But when they pass the ball right into the crowd, right into the structure of the other team, you're playing into the other team's strength. And I'd like to see them. I don't really, we were talking off the air before. How do you beat a team that plays a low block? It's just a frustrating thing to play against. And I'm wondering, I mean, we haven't seen Lexington. They do have 3 players high, But, you know, if it does come to that, if they do change their formation, then what?
And Alex, interestingly, as the you can see on the camera now, the sun has actually popped out behind the clouds. We had a gray day, and now all of a sudden, potentially these final 13 minutes of this half, Lexington with a distinct advantage here.
Advantage Lexington.
Advantage Lexington.
And if it stays out, then advantage Arlington in the second half. So let's see. I think maybe at this point, it's escape. One of the things that you can't do when you're down 1-0 is concede again.
Ref is, I think, making the right call, calling this back. Was playing advantage, but gives Arlington the ball. I was curious. I saw him playing advantage. Excellent call by the ref there. Let the play sort of develop and is making the right call here, giving Arlington the free kick.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little far. You can reach the 18, so maybe hit the 18 and have one of the trees knock it down, and maybe it'll fall to an Arlington player. Advantage Arlington here.
Good entry from Quincy,
nice entry.
And good punch out from the keep. Sam Neal fighting.
Well done by the keeper. As I comment all the time, I like my keepers to be definitive. I like them to come out, and when they say I got it, I like them to get it. It doesn't slip off his hand. It just punches out of danger.
And it looks
Here's
like
the ball. That's the ball I'm talking about.
Looks like they're targeting Sam Neal on that high ball right there.
Yeah, the high ball, especially in the second half. If you look at Shea, this is the witching hour for the Sun right now. If you look at Shea, the keeper, it's real hard to see. So Arlington should try as much as possible to keep that ball away from danger, because it's a distinct advantage for the moment.
And if any teams are watching, you know, I will take give Sam Neal a high ball like that, an entry high ball. I am gonna consistently put my money on Sam Neal winning a ball like that, just because he is tenacious. He is gonna scrap for most of those balls are going to land up in Sam Neal's possession. So solid idea from Arlington here as Lexington tries to dump that ball down. Like you said, keep it away, keep it out of your end for these next 10 and a half minutes.
Keep it away from this side, because this is where the danger would come from. It's not so pronounced if you're looking the other way.
If you're looking the opposite direction.
Of course, Sam Neal, the wrestler, he knows the angles, he knows the leverage. When you get into those close quarters, he's I'll take him in a scrap. Let's see if Lexington has the chuckaroo here. Looks like they have a player, maybe this is him. He does the fancy flip-a-doo.
He does the flip-a-doo.
Which is an illegal throw, actually, if you think about it, because when he releases the ball, you see him lining up to do it. And it's gimmicky, you know, and if it works, it gets everyone all fired up. Okay, he corrected it, but in the past he would be releasing the ball before his feet touch the ground, which is an illegal throw. So good for him. Nice throw in.
Nice to see the athleticism.
Yeah.
Alex, what would happen if you tried one of those throws?
I think emergency. You would have the Mount Auburn Hospital would be getting a phone call.
Yes. Yep.
Incoming. Potential broken spine on the way.
I don't even think I could. I would have trouble even like thinking of how to do that. And here's Sam Neal working down the line. Get a good entry right here.
Alex is going to battle for it. That's all right. You see, this is what I mean. You got to put that defense. You got to put them under pressure. They're good, but they maybe not as good when they have to turn and run.
And when a defense has to constantly be defending, all you need, just like Lexington's goal, you just need one shot to connect. So 9 minutes to go. See if Arlington can tie up this game. Something I'm not sure we've had to say. In the first half of a game this season.
We have not had to say it, and Arlington has not had a game.
And here's Quincy.
Goal.
Can he get a left? Nope, he can't quite get the strike. Taking a look, drawing multiple defenders back to Rohan. Rohan to Cotter. Good turn by Quincy. Gets around his man. And the ref says you can't use your hands like that.
Well, Josh, normally with the refs, I give them credit, but the ref that was looking directly at the play did not call that play. The ref that was across the field called that play. So I question that, particularly given the ticky-tack nature of some of the calls that have been made today. So that is all. That's my one referee criticism that I'm allowed for the day. Hopefully, the Winchester game. I don't know. I watched the tape again. There was a blatant dive that fooled the ref and almost resulted in a Winchester penalty kick. Great
and
ball.
Here's Sam Neal battling. Let's see. Going to be a play back, and good strike by the keep.
Yeah, well handled by the keeper. Alex Marsden still in for Alex Burke. I'm wondering if there's
Keegan back in the game. Wonder if there was an illness or something for Alex Burke.
One thing I was thinking again, this has no bearing on the game at all. But one thing that you might be able to do to shift the balance of power in the game would be to put Lucas Koopman in a midfield, more of a forward role. And as we're watching Alex Marsden play very capably. They could have a back four with Lucas moving up and Alex in the back.
So
that could
Sam
give him more
Neal
of a presence in the midfield.
And again, curious to see that neither of the Koopmans have been taking these deep throws. So Sam Neal taking that throw, and looks like corner. Yeah, so
okay,
another corner. Go. So Quincy lining up to take it. And short ball right here. Sam Neal played it quickly to Quincy, who gets around his man, and on the ground and couldn't quite connect. Here's Lucas Koopman, takes a shot, deflected by the Lexington line by Christian Sohn.
That's what I mean. Lucas against three guys, and he comes out with the play. So maybe getting him more of the ball.
And maybe, Alex, that was sort of the potentially some of coaches thinking of bringing Alex out. Although Alex Burke sort of right at the head of the bench there. Looks like he might be getting ready to come back in.
And he does play a beautiful long ball too. So I would take this scoreline at the end of given the sun. I would take that.
There's Keegan. Oh, Nolan Koopman got up. Almost. We've seen the Koopmans put several of those in the back of the net this season.
That's the story of the season. Now, luckily for Arlington, no matter what happens today, it's been a gangbuster season. But the story of the season is they could have more goals, believe it or not. And we are greedy when we say that. But that's like 3 or 4 or 5 very very high power, high likelihood chances just now, and so far drawing a collar on those chances. So
I mean,
one of those falls, then it's a different game. And as long as you keep getting the chances, that's really kind of what matters for this team. And they're continuing to get the chances. I mean, 4 or 5 quality chances a half, I'll take that.
And Alex, I think, we, if nothing else, and right here, Lexington with a smart free kick right here, they get it in quick. If nothing else, we got to do it for Stoneham. We got to do it for Constantina. We got to put those, get those goals, rack those goals up. Hopefully my prediction of 2-1, AI's prediction of 2-1, we should definitely, hopefully, maybe see 5-1 Arlington. Just an offensive explosion here in the final 45 minutes of this game. And right here, here's number 1 right here. For it might be a little heavy for Sam, and so goal kick. So maybe we'll say 44 minutes, an offensive explosion.
And they're certainly capable of it. As like once they start, it seems to be like a self-feeding beast. Once the momentum starts, the goals come in bunches, and they're just a little cold right now. Before the Winchester game, they won their previous 3 games 5-0, 5-0, 3-0. I mean, maybe a cynic among us would say maybe they should have saved some of those goals, but that's not how it works, and dangerous chance here for Lexington, sniffed out nicely by Scrap.
Dobro slow to get up as well. But he looks like he's okay. And Fernando couldn't quite hold it, which is also not something that you will say much off his first touch. Fernando unable to maintain
Lucas
possession.
Tracking forward
like you were suggesting. So it looks like Arlington kind of going at if Lucas is indeed playing up, or if he's going to sink back.
I think he's just if you look at Keegan is
covering,
yeah.
Yep. So Arlington keeping the 4 in the back.
And Keegan is somebody. He's a player that if I were a coach, I mean he's our our leader. He's our striker. But I would put him anywhere on the field.
Koopman,
He's
good,
a player.
Good touches right there to maintain possession, although he can't quite clear it. Looks like we've got Arlington throw, so Koopman right here coming, telling the guys, move up. I can chuck this a few yards. And there he goes.
Nice 27-yard throw. Bounces to Fernando.
Fernando keeping it on the foot this time, looking for something to Sam Neal.
So somebody's open, and the smart play, switch in the air. It eventually accomplished.
Good ball from the Koopman the younger to Sam Neal, who gets around his guy, or working with his guy, battling, hands down, turns, shot, and that's wide. Picked up by the keep.
Another chance for Sam. You know, the game's 1-0, Josh, but Arlington looks good. I mean, it's hard to complain. You just hope that this bugaboo about not finishing chances doesn't like last beyond this game.
Little volleys right there. First touches from these guys. Quincy turns to the middle and blocked by the Lexington back line, who've held pretty hard so far today. So the Lexington backs are doing their work. Quick play out from Shea. We're just under 2 minutes. The field clock is stopped, but the Raj clock continues to roll.
This is a chance for Arlington. Through ball to
and right here looks like we're gonna have a throw in, deep ball. And so right here, Nolan Koopman coming in for the corner equivalent.
Let's see if either coach calls a timeout here. This is a good time for a tactical timeout. I don't know who was responsible for the first one, but if I'm Arlington, I'm just chucking this in. This is like a corner kick. Uncorks one. Keegan's there. Drops it down to the penalty kick where a Lexington player is waiting. Watch out, Nathan, right behind you.
And
number 11 streaking down the field.
And right there, and the Lexington connects. Rohan's back in. So dangerous play right here. Shea keeps that ball, keeps himself in front of that. Deflected.
You can see that developing the entire, from the second that ball was cleared out of the Lexington end.
Likely the last chance for Arlington this half. Just under a minute to play. Sam Neal can't have it, so Lexington will throw out of their half here. Ref checking his watch. Subs coming on. And Lexington might be playing the clock a little bit. We'll see how the refs play this. Oh, MIA rules. Clock stop with subs. So here we go. Should be about 40 seconds. We have seen refs ending halves earlier, and there's a free kick. Dangerous play. Lexington player pushing down. So right here, they need to go. And right here, Quincy. This is a place Quincy can take a strike from. An incredible way to end this half. And so Arlington moving everybody up except for Rohan. And Quincy takes the strike.
Nicely placed.
It's up.
Yep.
And there's the game. There's the half right there. Not the game. There's the half right there. Lexington Minutemen with a somewhat surprising 1-0 lead over the Spy Ponders.
Do you guys want to see that foul?
Alex, sounds like Constantina's going to get us a replay of that foul. What's your takeaway from the first half?
I mean, I keep saying it all along. I mean, Arlington's playing well.
And there's the foul right there. Pretty obvious. And pretty obvious foul right
15 there. Who's number 15? Do we have him? Colin Nash. That was the Nash bash over
pleading his case to the refs, and
me?
Not gonna win that argument.
Bring on any and all replays, folks. We'll just keep talking. Yeah. So my take is pretty obvious. It's you can't be upset. At a game that is. I mean, we're so spoiled with this team. They've won so many games, 3-0 and 4-0 and 3-1. But you can't be upset at a game where they're playing competitively against an elite team, and where they have the edge in time of possession and the edge in corner kicks. And we don't have the metrics here. This is all anecdotal, but you all agree, right? I think the field has been tilted more on the Arlington side, and with a great number of chances for Arlington.
I think if you ignore the actual score, the 1-0 score line, it is if I had just been watching this, and I think I'm taking away that Arlington is it has controlled the majority of this game. There was obviously the goal. Interesting here, I like seeing Coach Yazio and the other coaches sort of slowly making their way, letting the boys sort of figure this one out on their own. I think, and honestly, I think going into playoff soccer, letting them figure this out on their own a little bit, coming in to talk to them after. But I think that bodes well for Arlington. Playing behind, feeling that stress, it's something this team has not experienced, right? So I actually think even though you don't want to lose to Winchester, right? You don't want to be down 1-0 at half against a team like Lexington. It's these two games I think may do more to sort of harden the iron, as it were, for playoff soccer than many of their other games this season.
And that's what I was saying. Did you happen to catch me talking to Yun Lee at halftime?
I missed your halftime.
Yeah, so Yun came by and we were talking, and I used the cliche of steel sharpens steel, and that's kind of the reasoning behind the power rankings actually. But just because Arlington plays 3 teams that are a collective 2-42, they also play 6 games against Lexington, Winchester, and Belmont, which are all elite teams. And you said something before, Josh, that sparked something. You said, if I weren't looking at the score, and I totally concur with that analysis. But here's the thing: the power rankings come out tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Arlington's currently 15th in the power rankings, and that was before they played Winchester and lost 1-0. The power rankings are based upon a formula, which is the average or the sum of 2 different factors, one being your goal differential and one being your strength of schedule. Okay? The goal differential, if this score remains, their goal differential is still going to be outstanding. However, their strength of schedule, by virtue of having played Lexington and Winchester in the last 2 games, their strength of schedule coefficient is going to go up. So I would not be at all surprised, and we can check. We can revise the history. I'm making the call, okay? I don't think that their power ranking is going to drop after these 2 games. It might even go up.
That is a hot take, Alex, for sure.
Smoking Constantina, you like that take?
I like the take. Actually, funny enough,
yes.
I learned so much more from you, but Mateo was the first person to explain power rankings.
Okay.
And if anyone can understand power rankings,
it's Mateo.
Also, quick shout out, looking down to the Arlington crowd. Really nice to see freshman first year coach Coach Cummings down there. So he producer Raj saying he's trying to get him in as well to talk. And I'm going to guess that Fiesta Bites as well. See some of the crew trying to warm up with some pizza.
Josh, the booth got real empty all of a sudden.
The booth got real
for Constantina. I'm
real
not sure
empty.
What's going on.
Yeah,
over
I
there.
think it might be Fiesta Bites again supporting.
Andrina's.
It's Andrina's.
Andrina's. Oh
Andrina's.
boy.
Oh boy. If my son Cooper is watching, Cooper, your first and finest employer, Andrina's.
Did he work there?
He worked there for a hot minute.
That's my son's favorite pizza in Arlington.
I'll embarrass Cooper and Ella Connolly. Apparently, word on the street I learned after this happened. Cooper, and it's actually quite sweet. Cooper left his job at Andrina's without telling myself or his mom, so that he could spend some more time with Ella. So they're sophomores in college, and so it's kind of a sweet story, but an embarrassing one for them if they're listening.
Yep. So let's hope they are. So
I absolutely hope they are. I absolutely hope they are.
I was wondering maybe if we would see Dennis Conley or Tom Clority today, but they probably do have lives, and their kids did graduate last year, so still wouldn't surprise me. But so far it's just us, and even Constantina has abandoned us at this point.
But we get Coach Cummings. Coach Cummings, I love your jacket. I borrowed this one from my son. So great to see you, Coach Cummings. And before we get into soccer, I think I know you may not be there yet, but the wrestling season, Coach, how's it looking this season?
Well, it'll be here before you know it. You know, it starts up the Monday after Thanksgiving. We have a good squad coming back. We have 60 guys returning from a Division I sectional championship team and a league champion.
6-0?
Yeah, 60 guys in
Good
Euros.
gracious.
So we have a nice group. So we got a meeting coming up pretty soon, and we'll see where people are. And a lot of guys have been working hard in the off season. So.
And Sam Neal is one of the athletes on your team?
Yeah, Sam Neal was a sectional champ for us in his sophomore year, and he's had a great season for us the last couple of years. Looking forward to that as well.
It's been fun watching Sam. He, you can see the scrappiness that he brings to the mat. He displays fully here as well. So how's the freshman team been doing this year? Because again, those are the guys that we're going to be seeing here in a year or two. So
yeah,
what's the future of Arlington soccer looking like?
Oh, I think it looks strong. We right now currently we're 10-2-2. We lost to Lexington earlier in the year, and we just tied them the other day. And we lost to Winchester, only 2 losses, and we came back and we beat them the other day, 1-0. So
always good to hear
that. Yeah, a little bit of revenge there. We don't like either program, so.
We've been talking about that in the booth tonight.
They cheated the first time.
Well, I mean, every time, really.
Every time.
Yeah. So, what do you make of the game so far?
Well, it's a great game. The strong program. This game is a good game, but this senior class is special. I can remember back when they were freshmen, we moved up 11 of them to junior varsity and 2 of them to varsity, which I can't remember. I've been doing this for 27 years, and I don't think we've had a freshman class that was that talented. So I'm looking forward to watching them in the postseason, and just they're well coached and they're got some great kids on the team. So.
Yeah, and I believe the JV program having another successful year. So, I mean, Arlington soccer is as strong as always. And, of course, the varsity team is having a special year. If they do wind up entering the tournament on the heels of 2 losses, what do you think their mindset would be?
Well,
given that they lost at Winchester 2 days ago.
Yep. I think sometimes that can help reset you and focus you. You got 2 different seasons. You got the regular season, and that's great. Winning a league title is obviously the goal, and then it's the postseason, and you got to look at them differently. You got to win every 30 seconds, every corner, every ball, everything. You just got to play a little bit more sense of urgency, and teams really got to come together. But I have a lot of faith in these guys.
And right before the second half gets underway, Coach, how many new wrestlers have you recruited from the 9th grade team this year?
As many as I can.
Yes, good to hear.
It's a sport. Just one pinch. It's a sport for everybody, and no matter how big or small you are, whatever you do, we don't make cuts. So this is my 30th year, and we haven't anyone who wants to be a part of the program. We want them to be.
I always say, because I know Cedric was a wrestler too, right?
Cedric is a wrestler. He's a 3-time sectional champion for us, and now he's playing football.
And he played soccer last year for the JV team, and it was just a blast to watch him. And I always say, like, when you watch, you can tell the guys who are wrestlers because the way they kind of they can get low and use leverage, and they just know when they're in like a closely combative situation, they have those subtle moves that they can do to get the space they need to win the ball.
Yeah.
And there's a wrestler, Sam Neal, dropping it into Cotter deep in the corner. And Cotter can't quite hold it. But, it's Sam has also been a firepower for Arlington this season as well. But I know, Coach, my son Jacoby's been on the team all 4 years. It's the program you run not only for the boys soccer. My son Cooper played for you freshman year. But Jacoby, as a wrestler, has you do a lot of you change a lot of boys for the better in that program. So definitely appreciative of that.
Here's your boy Sam with a chance here. He's had some good success against 27
and gets a corner kick a minute into this half.
Any players moving? I know the program doesn't move players between teams as a rule, but is there anybody moving up to JV team from freshmen or as far as
this
you know?
year?
Yeah.
This year we had 6 freshmen move up to JV. We've done things in the past where you kind of go back and forth, but we find it better to keep them there.
Good strike from Quincy, far post.
Lucas is there and off of and Kellen Kachoria is in the game.
Starting the second half, and here's the ball on Keegan's foot. Take turn, strikes into over the net.
Did you see him thinking about a bicycle kick there ever so briefly?
I would love to see it. That would definitely make the highlights right here.
Coach Cummins here in the booth.
And producer Raj getting up Coach Cummins' Cummins names. Alex, I don't know if you noticed, but we were on the TV for a second there for maybe the first time this season.
Oh goodness, I was hoping to avoid that.
Fortunately, we had Coach Cummins here to make us look good.
Yeah, thank you. Indeed.
All right, it's right now, right here, Nate Dobro in the middle. Good ball out wide to Kellen. Kellen, I believe, who took a goal on the first game against Lexington.
And one of the things that we're looking at today, and in addition to, well, one of the small things is that sun going to come out? Because if it does, it's going to be shooting laser beams directly into the eyes of the Lexington keeper. So let's hope for the sun.
And well, sadly, Alex, looking behind us, I think this time of year, sun is gone for the day, I believe. We will not see the sun come out anymore.
So, Coach, do you and Coach Walters, when your seasons are over, there's obviously no postseason. Do you transition to varsity coaching, or do you go off and do your other, would you start to focus on wrestling?
No, we'll make some of the practices, but I'll always make sure I go to the games. I just liked watching. I've known a lot of these kids from the middle school, had them in phys ed, 7th and 8th grade, and just, I really like watching it and being there for the postseason.
And you teach phys ed at Audison,
Yeah,
correct?
This is my 30th year teaching in Arlington, and I've been at the Audison for 21 years.
Wow. How 30 years? I'm 19 years into a teaching career. How many more years are you going to be there? After
this year, it should be 4, and that's it.
All right.
We'll call it a wrap, and I'll ride off into the sunset.
I bet there's a lot of wrestlers, a lot of soccer players, and a lot of students in Arlington who don't believe you.
That was true.
Will you still coach, or?
You know what? We have a young guy, Andrew Ellis, who was an alumni. He wrestled for me in 2015, All-State champion, and now he's been helping. And, the goal is to maybe transition where, we can have a change in the guards, and maybe I can be a volunteer assistant and help him out and see the program. I'll always be a part of the program, start the program, and just that's a big part of my life. In 1996 we started it, so.
And there's a good clear from Lexington that sort of hugs the line, almost like a bowling ball. And there's a good ball from Dobro over the top. Can Nolan get his foot on it? Saves it, gets it back to Cotter. Cotter moves towards the middle, skips around one person. Fernando's got the ball on his foot to Dobro. Takes a strike, blocked by the defender. And reset from Arlington out
Nolan's
wide.
Still forward, so Arlington has a distinct numerical advantage.
And here's Fernando with a quick cut, quick turn. And Koopman launches it. I literally was holding my breath for a second right there, watching that play develop.
Well, that might be how you beat a low block. Just send your center back up and just to cause havoc.
Send your center back who has 6 inches on everybody.
Thank
you, Coach Cummins.
Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Great to see you.
Good luck with the wrestling season.
All right, take care.
All right, so Lexington getting set up.
Well, Arlington's knocking. They're knocking, and let's see if this wall can stay upright for Lexington. Dangerous looking play right here, as Arlington was very compact in their defense.
Similar, and Alex Burke back in the back. A good turn by Sam Neal right there. Another good turn, sort of Magneto style, but can't get around the third guy.
A little too much there. It's impressive to watch him beat 2 and 3 guys, but at some point, get it to your running mate and then find some space. He was bottled up very, very effectively somehow versus Winchester, because I had not seen a team yet this year which could accomplish such a feat. But I'd like to see him shake loose and maybe get a couple shots at goal.
And right here, Kellen right here takes a strike to Keegan. Keegan's got an opportunity and can't quite connect. Heavy touch on that. A potential look of frustration. You could see Quincy Cotter looking up to the sky, Keegan looking up to the sky. He wants a second chance on that ball right there. But a good hustle from Kellen to get that in.
Again, Josh, all you can ask for. Dominating the game, dominating the chances. You know, when the chance comes, the defense is tall, just like there. And here we go with Quincy. He's got Kellen streaking down the right side. Finds Kellen.
Broken up. Kellen with 2 guys, shirts pulled,
Draws
and that's coming Arlington's way.
A little ticky-tack. I mean, Winchester's number 7 there, remonstrating. Christian Sohn. I agree.
That was such a foul.
A little. Oh, Constantina.
Constantina calling that was such a foul.
Calling out.
It's slightly cut off, but I think it's fine.
All right. Well, find us a replay. You'll have to convince me. But you're going to have to queue up the replay for after this cross goes in and we score.
Cotter sends it wide. That's on somebody's and just over Keegan's head, and again bouncing around. Keegan looking for a handball potentially.
And that's what you get when you have a 1-0 scoreline. All it takes is the ball to bounce up onto someone's hand, and then. Oh, Josh, fun fact. I don't know if you heard me against Winchester, but I tried the anti-jinx. Arlington has not yet taken a penalty kick this year.
You know, Alex, as you said that, I was just gonna say with Keegan sort of calling for that. I was going to say, I don't think we've seen PK yet this season, have we?
BC
at
High.
least here on Warren Peirce Field.
Yeah, no team on Warren Peirce Field. And at BC High had, and Fernando has the ball.
Fernando
into Keegan.
Just over the net off Keegan's left foot again. Fernando scooting along the line there.
The dam is holding.
Looks like
ever so precariously. Do we have a replay, Constantina?
That's bad.
Okay, no problem. I believe you.
But again, one of my favorite things in sport, and again, it's you watching professional sports, everything. You kind of have that sense, and I remember watching as a parent, as a fan, just even high school. But you get a sense like when the momentum's shifting, like you feel something building. Arlington definitely, like it feels like, as you said, that analogy of the dam is kind of appropriate. Like it feels like the dam is holding for Lexington at the moment, but you just kind of feel something going Arlington's way. So we'll see if it holds true, or if Arlington does indeed sort of like break the dam.
It's a crucial moment in the game, Josh, because Arlington has all the momentum, and you know, if as we know, this game can be fickle. Mighty hurl.
Handball right there. It looked like it. Sam Neal.
Keegan's in on the goalie. Defender catches it.
And
bounce it.
And Kellen, again, something's happening here. And no idea what just happened. There was some crazy stuff happening there. Absolute chaos.
Kellen's done well. Kellen has been a catalyst over here in this game with his style of play.
Lucas Koopman split up and right back to Lucas Koopman, almost like a boomerang. Looks like a collision between Keegan and Lexington defender. Lexington defender is down, sort of both going for the ball. Looks like there was a collision.
He took it in the solar plexus, I think.
And number 13 for Lexington, who's been having a solid game for them as well.
Cam Mantha, I believe that's his name.
Yep. So he's up, moving okay, but definitely kind of little shaken up. But ref calls a foul right here, so Lexington boots it up.
Just to close the loop on a prior thread, Arlington 0 penalty kicks for this year, 1 against, and that was at BC High where BC High converted. But it's been a year void of penalty kicks in both directions. So I'm kind of wondering if that, and you know, when you talk about the tournament, the penalty kicks sometimes unfortunately come into play.
Yep.
You know, and you know, I know that they will practice them if they well, when the time comes, they will practice penalty kicks, but it is a skill to take one. Okay, Josh, we've got 30 minutes left in this game. And Arlington is knocking hard on that door. They've had a couple chances. There's been some chaos in the Lexington box. I think they're primed to break through here. And if they don't, it won't be for lack of chances. That's for sure.
And Quincy right here in the middle. He's got Kellen. Kellen out wide. Kellen one-on-one. Good dish to Quincy, but broken up. Good step by the Lexington defender who gets it back to Kellen, who can't hold on, but there's these sort of quick ball turnovers. Everybody's falling over.
Nice dig by the Lexington player.
Good turn, gets around 3 Arlington players and crosses the field right there. Excellent play by 22.
Brandon Park, that was a strong play.
And gets it right back. And
Nice.
Alex Burke clears it wide. So Lexington with their first opportunity of the second half.
Good play by Alex Burke there in good position. Okay, we just found out from producer Raj the congratulations, number 9 on Lexington.
Striker Mark
Mark
Shadid.
Shadid
Shadid.
is committed to play soccer at Bates University. Congratulations, young man. Good luck for you. Good luck to you. Just not today.
Just not today.
We'll just keep that luck in your pocket, and then you know, and carry it up to you to Bates up in Maine.
Cold winters.
Yeah.
Cold winters.
Pack warm. Pack warm.
And so right here we got a Lexington sub. Lexington looks like they're bringing in some speed as well. Get a couple guys warming up on the far touch. So right here, Lexington with a throw, good throw in, but Koopman sends it out.
Goal scorer Ryan Hutchinson up with that throw, and then it collects the ball and sends a dangerous ball into the box. Collected by Alex Burke. Handball by Sam Neal here, not detected by the refs. That would have been
Keegan calling for the ball across the field right there.
So I was going to say, Josh, when a team has the momentum such as Arlington has, it can be a real gut punch. Did I say that? Like if Lexington were to pull, you know.
So interesting call right here. So Lexington with a quick free kick there. Interesting call because sort of Dobro had the ball and it was sort of a guy rolled in front of him and he was called for a penalty or a foul. And now it looks like maybe a makeup call off a little touch right there. And so here we go. So it looks like Alex Burke taking it, sends it across all the way to
Smart
Rohan.
play.
Open field for Rohan, who we know has speed. Rohan into Fernando. Good ball to Sam Neal, who's good step by the Lexington defense.
Nathan's surrounded by players, handles nicely over to Lucas.
And you could see, it almost looked like Rohan was about to cross the field.
Beautiful stretch of play by Arlington there. This
Good
guy will
shield. Good shield by 13. Lexington crowd getting excited.
Lexington
26 to
crowd
go.
Gaining in volume as we get further and further in the game.
As we near. So again, the thing I always like to watch, Alex, is how desperate does a team get, right? As the minutes, as the seconds tick down, Lexington clearly sort of pulling in a lot of subs, playing a little bit of the clock, taking as much time off the clock as they can. But you know, how does the team respond? Do they start getting a little desperate? You know, do individuals start trying to do things? Do you go for the long ball too much and just sort of hope, kind of like a Hail Mary almost? So it'll be interesting to see how much composure the Spy Ponders maintain in these final 25.
And, you know, one thing we've talked about all year is that the Arlington program, the Arlington coach, he's steady. He's not going to overreact, much to the chagrin sometimes of the fan base and the fandom. Maybe we'd like to see the flashy guy out there or the formation change or something. But, you know, soccer is a game, you know, much like, for example, baseball, where it's the sum of many incremental little things that you have to get right, as Coach Cummings was saying, every 30 seconds, every throw-in, every one of these balls. And this is the ball
that's the ball right there. Takes a different bounce off 13's head there, and Keegan's got a clear look at the goal.
So Kellen's been doing good work over here, but I wonder if he's thinking about a change of pace. I have not seen Ryan Rodriguez yet today.
Who's usually the first sub to come in for the Ponders.
The bench has been shortened pretty significantly over the last 2 weeks.
And I wonder if that might be with a look to the playoffs. So missed touch by Kellen. So Hutchinson again. He's the goal scorer, takes it, and right here, Lexington gets a corner kick off a sort of turnover, sort of a a messy turnover, we could say, from Arlington.
Yeah, and here's what the game. So Arlington had that stretch of momentum, and it's since devolved. And to know, you know, and to Lexington's credit, and probably to their design, slowing the game down, you know, taking their time on set pieces, multiple substitutions, all the gamesmanship that drives most non-soccer fans absolutely crazy. Lexington's employing all of that, and they've managed to regain or at least stem some of the momentum that Arlington had in the earlier part of the half.
And definitely in the last 2-3 minutes, it's this is Lexington's Lexington, to quote Coach Cummings or use what he was saying. Lexington has won the last 3 minutes of this game, as you noted.
Yeah,
and so there's another substitution from Lexington.
Yeah, they're going to keep
every whistle is.
I mean, we do it too. You know, Arlington does it too. They just haven't had the opportunity in the last 2 games, having, you know, either been tied or trailing.
Push in the back, and that one's called. So Arlington with a chance right here.
And see Lexington not, you know, that's gamesmanship right now. That drives
picking up the
crazy.
ball. Yep.
Smart play though. When I played, I was too polite to do anything like that.
I think I probably would have been as well. I like to pretend I would have been.
So Nathan Dobro's going to get this ball and hope for a ricochet into the box. Nolan coming back to meet it. This is dangerous for Lexington right there. They handle it nicely.
And here, ball's on Fernando's foot, but Fernando pushed between, and there's it. Yep, good call by the ref. Lexington crowd does not like it. They're right in front of us, but excellent call by the ref.
This is the spot where Arlington scored. Watch number one, Kellen. He scored a beautiful goal against Lexington on a free kick from about this distance. A flying full volley at the far post, followed by a somersault celebration.
And, almost a volley from Koopman.
Nolan Koopman getting a lot of touches in the box, and that's fine. You'd like to see Lucas getting those touches, having proven his scoring touch throughout this year.
Yeah, the younger Koopman having more goals than his older brother. I believe, are they, is it 3-1?
3-1.
3-1. So, you know, big brother, final regular season home game. He would love to get his name on the scorecard. And here's Keegan with the turn, blocked by by Hutchinson. And right there, good job by Koopman. Keep that ball from being sent up the field.
Hutchinson is stating his case for man of the match.
Man of the match. Again, Alex, remember, though, that one corner kick, Charlie Rose, the keep, getting his right hand on that volley that was going right to the back of the net. Clear line, nothing between that ball and the back of the net other than Charlie's hand. So Hutchinson and Rose right now making their cases. And there's another substitution for Lexington.
Yeah, they're gonna stutter. They're gonna get this game they don't want any flow to this game. They're gonna love every time the ball goes out of bounds or there's a stoppage of play. Lucas takes his extra 10 yards and hurls it. How is he gonna call this?
And it looks like it's coming back Lexington's
Could have gone either way.
So again, a little bit though. So that you kind of have the sense after Arlington had that sort of swell of momentum, a little bit of the desperation almost creeping in, that sense that I would get as a coach or as a spectator, where the guys kind of like they seem a little bit panicked, a little bit rushing, not necessarily trying to set up as well as they usually would. Again, trying to go through a couple extra guys maybe. And right here, turnover. So Lexington with some numbers, 3-on-2 with Rohan coming back, and there's a strike deflected by Koopman wide. So
no, I think he just shot it wide.
Just shot it wide. It looked like a potential deflection, but so Shea with a great play to get that ball moving quickly. Koopman the younger.
Lexington's smelling blood right now, Josh.
And the Lexington crowd definitely is as well.
Yeah, they're definitely gaining in vocality.
And so that ball bouncing up. Dobro gets it down to his foot to Alex Burke. Alex Burke gets it wide to Kellen. Kellen brings it back.
And yeah, they're just playing it right to where Lexington wants it to go. They might have to start sending the ball, just sending it and letting
Because
our guys fight
look
for
at
it.
all the space right there. Look at Sam Neal right now on the field. He's got tons of space if he just pushing wide, right? Everyone obviously drops in, but Sam Neal, 2 guys right over there. Get that ball across. Look at Arlington sort of playing all on this near touch here. Really sort of having trouble getting it, moving the ball up that field now as Lexington kind of crashes.
Half the players are all in that little box too. So all you have to do is get it out of that box and onto the right toe, and you know, you're in business.
There's Burke getting it a little bit wide to Maxwell. Fernando holds it, and now he's crossed over to Rohan. Lexington covering that space though very quickly. And Dobro, lots of space in the middle. So here, right here, it looks like a little slightly better control from Arlington. Rohan getting it between. Want. Sam Neal back and forth. Drops for Rohan. Fighting, and looks like we have an Arlington throw deep in the zone. And so here's one of the Koopmans coming in.
And Leon Pinard coming, Kellen putting in a decent shift there.
Kellen definitely a solid performance. Created a lot of opportunities for Arlington right there. So well played by Kellen. Will be interesting. Are those the green cleats of Ryan Rodriguez?
Well, I do see green cleats. And is he dangerous ball in the box?
Cleared, but looks like Fernando or Burke. Burke with a shove in the back. Let's see if the ref calls that. No, it says play on. Play on. So
Lexington
Arlington
parents yell at the ref.
And understandably, I think Burke got away with one right there. And there's a good ball from Dobro to Cotter. Cotter crosses to Pinard, but a little too heavy. All right, so 16:45 to play in this second half. Lexington maintaining their 1-0 lead, bringing in some new subs as well, some more subs. Playing that clock. And Hutchinson in the running for Lexington. Man of the match, heaves that ball up. Alex Burke.
That's the ball you want right there.
Picked up by Charlie Rose, the keeper, who again playing a good game, has a critical save off a corner in the first half. Charlie Rose sends that ball up, well over half. Burke battling.
What's the gentleman's name?
Number 9.
Mark Shadid.
Mark Shadid, Mr. Bates. And here's Quincy Cotter battling. Shielded and can't quite get it. Number 13 as well, Cam Mantha? Cam Mantha having a solid game as well in the back.
Good team, Lexington. I mean, think of it like this, Josh. The game at Lexington.
Yet another sub for Lexington.
Yeah, get used to it. But you know, they're going to give us lots of chances to talk. But that game, that fateful Friday night game in Lexington that Arlington, that with really their signature victory of the year, just a comprehensive 2-0, really impressive win if you go back and watch that tape. Had that turned, this game could be for the title.
For the title, yep.
Now the title's already established, so no matter what, the banner's going up. Do we put banners up here for the soccer team?
You know, it's a new gym, so maybe.
Sure, yeah.
You know, we gotta decorate the new place.
Gotta fill it up. So I mean, if had that result been switched, we'd be talking about maybe Lexington being the champions of this league and Lexington being a team.
Here's a dangerous ball
that is looking to make noise in the tournament. I'm going to be following Winchester, Lexington, and Arlington in this tournament because I believe that
Keegan, who might have gotten away with being offside there. I wasn't sure if a far defender might have kept him on.
I think due to the devaluing of those teams, but from the algorithm of the power ranking, all three, Arlington, Lexington, and Winchester, somebody's going deep.
Yep.
I just hope they don't play each other. I'm tired of playing these guys.
Great ball by Keegan, and there's a shot. Great save by Charlie Rose. Off a strike, an excellent ball in. Keegan flicks it over to Sam Neal. Sam Neal with an excellent strike right there.
Josh, this is fun. I don't care if it's 1-0 and whatnot. This is a fun game.
Charlie Rose, again, he might be making that. That might have stamped his case. He might be up in the polls for Lexington Man of the Match.
Cosmic Charlie.
And right here, we got Quincy Cotter taking the corner. Let's see if he brings it back a little bit. You got Lucas Koopman on the far post. That ball's headed right towards Koopman, but we've got a...
had some shenanigans before the kick.
So it looks like we might be sending this back. Looks like an Arlington player ended up on the ground maybe. Oliver getting us those close-up, seeing the scrappy scrums between the players there. You see them all line up. Excellent close-up work from our Emerson representative all the way from L.A. Quincy, round 2, takes the strike. That looks like it's over
Nolan was
Koopman's
there
head.
again. Boy, Nolan has at least, 5 touches in the box today. Boy, Josh, Arlington is just snake bit right now. Let's just hope that whatever it is, there's an antidote when the tournament starts, because they're getting chance after chance. And maybe early in the year, I think definitely they were the recipient of some gift goals, and they're not getting them now, but they're still getting plenty of chances. And let's see how it plays out. But they have played well the last 2 games, no doubt about it. Here's a good chance now.
Good,
this is where
good
you want
build
ball,
too.
Sam
So
in
this
space.
build right here from Nolan Koopman, not just launching that ball, but playing possession. He could have easily just launched the ball up the field or wide out. And Nolan Koopman on that play, not sure if you saw that, Alex, but just really sort of under pressure, 2 Lexington players, kept that ball and sort of passed it into Dobro, I believe, just to keep possession of that ball instead of just launching it with 12 minutes to go. So well done by Koopman.
Now Nolan is taking the throw, so who's going to be at the end of it if he's not there?
I see his brother Lucas right there. And he aimed for him. He aimed for him. And Koopman gets that ball down. Lexington sends it out. So I think we're going to see a lot of plays like this where Lexington's just looking to clear and find a quick counter.
Yeah, and they're all behind the ball now, as opposed to earlier in the game when they had 2 or 3 that were. So let's see if if Arlington learned anything about playing against the low block for 80 minutes in the previous game. Swinging around the horn, that's one way you get them moving laterally. But that quick close.
Rohan in the middle, right here to Cotter. A little shove in the back, no play.
Nope,
Rohan tried right there. Rohan tried the plant. Oh, it's a dangerous play by Rohan right there. The slide tackle from behind worked out.
All right, take your time here. That play was how Winchester scored a kickback to Shea, and it was closed very quickly by the Winchester presser, which resulted in a bit of a scrum and a goal for Winchester.
And based on this, Lexington very content not to apply any pressure to Shea. It looked like very content to just let seconds click off.
And we've got 10 minutes left, Josh. We've got 7/8 of the game is played, and we have 1/8 of it left. And again, it's a question about how impactful this game is on the power rankings and everything. You don't want to go out losing to Winchester and Lexington back to back. You'd like to go into the tournament with some momentum. I think at this point, a draw would be a fantastic result for Arlington.
And Quincy Cotter goes down. Didn't see what happened. Not sure if there was some contact off the ball. Yeah, he got an looks like he's showing that he got an elbow here.
See what the ref calls. I'm watching the screen here.
Looks like he got an elbow maybe to the face.
A hush falls over the stadium.
Quincy pleading his case to the ref. He's like, "Look, is he bleeding maybe?" Or he's like, hey, "Yeah, somebody connected with an elbow here." Not sure if any camera caught that. But if we watch any replay, if we can go back and see if there was any contact on number 8 right there, Constantina trying to make it happen.
Even if there were, then it doesn't particularly matter. I think the ref might be a drop ball, perhaps. Like when there's a procedural happening, it's going to be a drop ball to Arlington, which they could treat this. They could treat this like a free kick if they want. And you can see Nolan Koopman up there lining up. He's going to drop it to Nate, who's going to be closed down very quickly by Bates-bound number 9, Mark Shadid. Nate should hand it to Alex, who should either swing it or pop it right into the box with Nolan in there.
So Arlington, I like to see them playing aggressive here. And right here, there's the ball up, and Leon.
Leon was there, just didn't have the right angle and the right body position to get anything on that.
Like to see Arlington being aggressive here though, and sending both the Koopmans up for their size and trying to make something happen.
Quincy stayed on the field, so no injury accommodations, no blood, nothing like that. Well, later on we can go back and look at that replay and see what happened, but it doesn't particularly matter. You'd expect there to be this game to get a little bit chippy.
Little
chippy.
chippy.
Next 10 minutes or so. There's 9 minutes left. 9 is your number, right, Josh?
9, right here. Sam Neal, turn, strike, and looks like we've got
cleared off the line by 21.
Think Sam's shot might have been going wide, but Arlington with another corner. So here's Quincy's seeing if we could take it. No, he's so right here, Arlington continuing to build the pressure, and Rohan looking for the short corner. It's up from Quincy. It's over the team and on the foot, and it's in the back of the net. Ponders score off the set piece, Alex. 1-1 with 8.5 to go. Here we go. Great replay very quickly. We can see that going up over everybody, and it's Lucas Koopman to Sam Neal.
By Sam.
Strike and in.
Through the wickets into the net.
Oh my gosh.
What a game, Josh.
What a exciting way to finish this game off. 8.5 to go.
And anticipate a timeout of some sort. Now, Josh, I wonder how many corner kicks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop?
Tonight, that was probably the 12th corner for Arlington.
It's been tilted in that direction. And it was an ugly goal. But if you're an Arlington fan, the sweetest of goals, the 1-1 tie marker, to keep this game, which has been such, it's time to get reflective here at the end of this season, Josh. It's been such a great season here, and hopefully we do have the opportunity to broadcast another game from Warren Peirce Field. If not, it's been a pleasure. Doing this with you, and hopefully we'll continue to do so in the future. I think we've got a good thing going here. What a great pleasure it's been watching this team and watching it with you, Josh.
Oh, Alex, this has definitely been. I think I'm feeling pretty good. I think we've got one more. We've got one more at Peirce Field this season. I'm feeling pretty good about that. But it absolutely has been a pleasure again with no child of mine on the field anymore.
Yeah.
It is still. For the last 2 seasons, it is a absolute delight to be here. And again, the sort of games like this, some of the this is why we have high school sports, right?
Yeah, it's really fantastic.
And knowing how much energy and excitement for both of these teams, you sort of get the full spectrum of life in a 80-minute soccer game right here.
And you brought up, and shout out to all these athletes. You brought so these student athletes, they deserve to be applauded both sides, and best of luck again to Mark Shadid and on the way to Bates, and Keegan Maxwell on the way to Skidmore. Those are the only ones we know of so far.
And good luck to everybody who, as Constantino was telling us, within this next week. And here's Fernando. Let's see if Fernando get his first goal of the season. Fernando, almost. That would have been an excellent time.
Wouldn't have that been a story, Josh?
But Diego, who we've had in the booth, that would have been I think we could have called Diego up and said, Diego, your brother just made the play of the season right here.
I need Diego in this booth more, man. That guy was electric on the mic.
He's got it. He I think definitely we'll hopefully see him during the playoffs. And here's Quincy again, and that one's into the side of the net.
He might have gone. He might have gone for the Olympiaco again there, and a strategy I don't necessarily agree with. When you have the chance to cause chaos, you cause chaos.
7 to go, and again, shout out to Fernando. Maybe fueled by La Vic on Medford Street in Arlington. Handball, not called by the, and he does call it. So right here, the intensity.
Oh.
Not sure.
Lexington went to take it quick. Rohan read it, but the ref said no.
Wait for my whistle. So again, you know, La Vic, the proprietors, Fernando's family has been running that, Diego's family, locations all over. But tonight, you know, there's no location in Lexington, so do this one for La Vic, do this one for Stoneham. Let's see if the Ponders can pull it out. And right here, Lexington, Hutchinson threatening right here. And
good pressure by Keegan.
Keegan wanting the throw to go the other way.
Alex Marcassini in it forward. We've got a forward strike crew of Sam Neal, Alex Marcassini, and Keegan Maxwell.
And Lexington not going quietly. Right here, dangerous ball for Arlington. And Arlington with a counter. Sam Neal gets it onto his foot. Great ball up to Sam Neal.
Alex running free.
Sam gets around his guy and takes it, but it's a little bit wide.
Was that deflected or no?
I don't know. I think that just sailed a little wide. Sam, not sure if he was going on net or looking for a runner on that one.
This atmosphere is electric, Josh.
Can hear the Lexington fans as well are a little bit quieter than they were. Alex, I will say the metal seats of the stands here at Peirce Field, whew, night like this, you definitely get a little chilly sitting on those. So happy to be in the booth tonight, and especially, as you said, wouldn't matter tonight though, because this is such an exciting game right here, and we have the girls game coming up in just a few minutes after the boys. 5 minutes to go.
Stay tuned at ACMi Sports.
5 minutes, and Rohan gets it in right here. Turns. Charlie Rowe's going to pick that up.
All right, we've got a clock on the broadcast here. We've got ourselves still the scoreboard clock says 5 minutes.
We're
slow. Okay.
We're a little bit slow, so the clock that you see is probably about 30 seconds behind.
This is a good time for a long ball. I'd like to see a little more air into that, like make them think about it. That was more of a giveaway, but let's see what we can do here in the last 5. You know, what a game so far, and you know, let's just see what happens, Josh. We can talk about the aftermath later, but let's just enjoy this last.
Good turn by Dobro, and Alex, an interesting thing, given that Lexington had the lead for most of tonight's game. You know, it's interesting. One of the things that fascinates me is how, let's say this game, and there's still plenty of time for either team to score. Like this right here, there's a strike, it pops right back out for a goal kick.
And Arlington's foaming at the mouth to get this ball in play.
And, you know, it's an interesting take, but if this ends as a 1-1 tie, for Arlington, I think that's going to feel, given that they were down most of this game, that feels almost like a victory, right? Yeah. Whereas Lexington sort of so close to this. But again, tons of time. Lexington, neither team going quiet into this. And so
Lexington
we've got
a corner.
And Lexington does get a corner.
Huge play in this game, Josh.
So we should be about 3.5, 4 minutes set piece right here. Late in the game, Lexington sends everyone but one. And there it is. It's low and cleared.
Rohan clears it out. You know, I want to give a shout to Rohan. What a heart, what a player with heart he is. The smallest guy in the field, biggest moment of the season. He's the one who wins the ball in the air. It's been like that. This team has had players contributing from all shapes and sizes, all positions. It's been a lot of fun to watch. And we've still got, I think, 3 or so minutes, and this is what we want right here.
And
exactly.
right here, Sam Neal breaking. He's got nothing but the net right in front of him. Dishes, and
is that a save?
I think that was Quincy Carter just sending it wide. Oh my gosh, Arlington, that was the chance right there. In my mind, I saw that in the back of the net. If we could get a replay on this, that would be an incredible shot. You know, Quincy will be watching that one over and over.
He will remember that.
And right here, here's the replay as the play continues. Sam Neal gets in, nothing. Dishes right between the defenders, and Quincy just wide. Oh my goodness, an incredible opportunity for Arlington. 2-1 was right
take
there,
out of
and
the air by
right here,
Sam.
just again, right here, Sam, and that might be a corner. I think that's a deflection right there.
Nope. Wow. What
Arlington
a game.
continuing to press, continuing to pressure. 2 minutes to go right here. 2 minutes, more or less. See how Lexington wants to play this. There's a ball having trouble getting off the field. And here we go, ball is in play. Lexington looking, can they get their opportunity here? The defense is definitely trying. Number 7 for Lexington.
Every touch matters, Josh.
Christian Sohn trying to make that happen.
That's a, no, that was a bad call.
And so Lexington drops it deep. Lucas Koopman, the sophomore, turns, gets it back up the field, keeps it in play. That's pretty stayed in play till half. Let's see how far Lexington tries to get this up, and they play it fair.
They played fair. Good for them. Fair play.
And here's Koopman versus Hutchinson, the goal scorer for Lexington.
All right.
Maybe a minute left. It's coming down right here. Last chances for both teams.
What you want to hope for is a quick clearance and a rapid counterattack. Of course, the first priority is get that thing the hell out of there.
Lexington gets that ball up, creating chaos. Ball's out, but up, but not out. Dobro trying not to draw the foul. Lexington looking for the penalty.
That would have been a heartbreaker, huh?
It was actually the Lexington coach a couple seasons ago who taught me the difference between
He's
a penalty
Keegan.
and a foul. There's a push,
the game?
and he's got the game. 1-1 draw.
Wow.
Nolan Koopman, excellent finish to this game. Alex, I think that might be the most exciting finish we've seen.
What a game. These two rivals, these two Middlesex rivals did not disappoint. These fans were given a show tonight, a show of resilience, a show of skill, a show of power. And again, what a great thing to be a part of. Fitting 1-1 between these two teams.
The two top teams in the Middlesex League.
Teams in the Middlesex League, and like I said, watch the rankings. I still think Arlington might climb from their 14 or 15. They might climb from their 15 based upon the strength of schedule, and Lexington will certainly climb. But watch out for all you people. Watch out, because the Middlesex League is coming for you.
All right,
I'm pointing dramatically right now.
Pointing dramatically at the power rankings.
Yeah.
And so it is going to be very exciting. And I think, one thing, if any of the boys, the senior boys are watching, the ones who, I know not all 17 boys got on the field tonight, but, this is the kind of game. It's a 1-1 draw. I know Arlington was hoping for the victory. I know all the Lexington was as well. But for all the seniors out on the field, being part of a game like this is the kind of game, this is the kind of excitement that I hope all of them have a chance to remember, 20, 30 years down the road when they're old men like us, Alex. This is the kind of thing that why you play sports, for nights like this and the opportunity to play games like this.
And as we watch the highlights, Josh, we just see chance after chance after chance. And I believe this might be the goal, if I'm not mistaken. Continue. Just
another Koopman header off of. Here's the goal right here. Here's the goal.
Yeah.
Koopman, Sam Neal. Oh man, I'm not sure. And here, this one is the one. Oh my gosh, the Fernando, and then the Quincy.
The Quincy. We're gonna. The Quincy shot, which he wishes he had back. But.
So, Alex, I know the girls' game, it's girls' senior night as well, so stick around on ACMi to watch the Arlington girls varsity soccer for their senior night. But man of the match, Alex, both teams deserving of a man of the match.
All of them.
All of them. I absolutely agree, and we are off. Alex, I'm looking forward to the playoffs.
Indeed, Josh.
And let's hope for one more home game here at